This week's Spontaneanation is once again brought to you by Simply Safe. Do you want home security but don't want the hassle? Aggressive sales guys, bloated monthly fees, long-term contracts that lock you in? Simply Safe is for you. It's easy. Just go online to simplysafepaul.com. Check the price tag and you'll see Simply Safe is way less than the quotes the other guys will give you. A few days later, Simply Safe is on your doorstep and you can have it up and running in 30 minutes. Now your home is safe, protected by award-winning 24/7 professional monitoring. And it's only $15 a month. Half what the big guys charge, with no contract or commitments. Protect your home. Go to simplysafepaul.com. Spontaneanation listeners get an exclusive 10% off. simplysafepaul.com. Today's Spontaneanation is brought to you by Netflix, presenting Tig, a documentary that follows the life of comedian Tig Notaro. The documentary chronicles her journey to find humor and a new perspective on life after dealing with a series of incredible tragedies. The film offers an inside look at a comedian's process of turning her worst fears and anxieties into pure comic gold. Now streaming only on Netflix. Welcome. I am the one who welcomes you. You are the one who is welcomed. It was ever thus in the history of welcomes and welcomings. Haha, what a symbiotic relationship we have. Like a weird bacteria thing that lives inside our stomachs and eats stuff that we don't need for our bodies to go. Probably could have phrased that better, but I'm not a scientist. I wear a lab coat because it looks good. It's a shame that the lab coat is restricted just to the science community because it is, I think, a dashing garment. It is one dashing garment. I had a friend who would be revulsed by the sound of me saying, in this voice, a cream-colored jacket. Obviously, the first part of that is very gross sounding. Cream-colored. But then, jacket. That is not helping anything. That J, you can keep it. Cream-colored jacket. She may be listening to this. She also has a problem with feet. She does not like the human foot. You know what, though? Now that I mention that, it might not be restricted to humans. She may also have a problem with the feet of the animal kingdom. Guys, let's get into it. I want to hear from you. Text 1 if you think the human foot is the most disgusting. Text 2 if you think an animal can beat it. Which animal do you think has the most disgusting feet? Can I blow your mind with this? Think about a duck foot. Ugh, it's all webbed. If you saw a human being with webbed toes, like Dan Aykroyd has, look it up, you would say to yourself, well, goodbye, Earth. I'm done being alive because that sight will never leave my brain. But you look at a duck and you think, oh, so adorable. So precious. Look closer at that duck's feet. Not to steal the tagline of the American Beauty poster, but look closer at a duck's foot. The more you look at it, the more disgusting it will become. That duck and his feet might as well be wearing a cream-colored jacket. Did you see that video, the YouTube video of the duck who waits for the little boy to come home from school? Some video where mom goes to pick their kid up from school and they have a duck for some reason. It's in the backseat of the car. This duck is just staring at the school bus, waiting for the kid to get off. Wait a minute. He's getting home from school. Why is he getting off the school bus? Where? What? Where is the mom? I guess the bus stop. All right, you got me, guys. You did due diligence. But having a duck as a pet, that just must be a nightmare. Just a nightmare. I bet they make noise. I bet they make a mess. What do you get in return from that duck if you're not going to eat it? I could see tolerating a duck's behavior in your home for a good 5 years. If at the end of the 5 years you knew, well, we're going to cook you for dinner. That is your fate. And you could tell the duck too. We're going to cook and eat you. That dumb duck with his pea-sized brain. The original pea brain, if you ask me. All I'm saying is, in the words of the immortal Dana Carvey, paraphrasing of course, duck make lousy house pet. I wish more people would be doing characters where they did a stereotypical Asian voice. Why did that ever have to go away? People got too sensitive. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spontaneanation. I am Paul F. Tompkins. I am your host. Over there on that piano, who's that? Why, that's Eban Schletter. You wait until I say your name before you do the little tinkle. Who's that over there? Why, that's Eban Schletter. Ah, yeah, we have fun. What is this show? The show is just a ridiculous goofballery that's presented to you weekly. I will have a chat with a special guest, inspired by a question from our previous guest. Then me and some improviser pals will improvise one story told over the course of a couple segments. Will we use details based on the chat with the special guest? I wouldn't be surprised if we did. Will we use racial epithets? No. And I'm saying that as much to the other people in this room as I am to you at home. Not this time. Not today. Well, I bet you're all wondering who the special guest is because you blindly download podcasts and don't look at the descriptions. All of you. Our guest today, you may know her as Emily Prentice on Criminal Minds. You may know her as Frankie Dart on Community. I certainly know her as my fake radio wife for 10 years. Sadie Doyle in Thrilling Adventure Hour. Go check it out, guys. It's pretty funny. But now everyone will know her by her name, which I will say right now, Paget Brewster. Paget, welcome to the thing.
You're funny.
I'm a funny guy.
You are a funny
guy. Look, I just like to play around and have a good time. Paget, I have a question for you from our previous guest.
Okay.
Are you curious as to who that guest is?
Yes, may I ask?
You may, but I will not tell you.
Oh, what a fake out.
You may look it up and listen to the episode if you're so interested. That's more to the listener than to you. This is a question from our previous guest, and it's I dare say, it's the longest question we've ever had on the show. It almost seems like a logic puzzle.
Ugh.
You win a contest that entitles you to a draft, to draft. Oh, he had a cross out. Well, now you know it's a man. You win a contest that, and also because it's a mansplaining, am I right? You win a contest that entitles you to draft a 28th Amendment to the Constitution, guaranteed to pass. I'm glad he put that in there, because otherwise there would be so many loopholes. The only stipulation is it must be food related. What is your amendment? Now, look, you think about that, and I will say...
No, because I know what it is. It's just, it sounds dull. What I would want to have happen is easy peasy.
Does it involve peas?
Or the Japanesey.
Oh,
you said no racial, and so I had to. It was in there. It was in there like a scab that needed to be picked.
And don't you know our friends in the UK say easy peasy lemon squeezy?
No, I didn't know that. Yes. I thought they came up with that other term.
They probably did.
Right? I would.
And then they changed it when a Japanese person came to the UK. Sorry, chaps.
That one time.
Change of plan. We're mixing it up a bit today.
I would. Although I don't know the far-reaching consequences of this, and I don't know enough, I don't read enough magazines and newspapers to know how this would turn out poorly for everybody.
You don't subscribe to Constitution Weekly?
No, not anymore. I would want to have no growth hormones and genetic mutations of products grown and created, born, slaughtered, or growing out of the ground.
Oh, I lost track of.
You know what I mean? I'm saying
yes.
All food.
I was with you at the beginning.
Don't make it part human growth hormone,
right?
Because then you're eating a fish, but it's got human DNA in it.
You're saying stop making us cannibals.
Yes.
Get the chemicals out of our fish.
Yes, please.
How long has this concerned you?
Since I heard.
When did you hear about it? That's a better question.
All right. All right. I was bartending in San Francisco. It was 1994.
Saturday in the park.
The Royal Crown Review was playing. Remember that band? Didn't they do music on Swingers?
Yes.
How long ago this was?
Around the time of Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
Yes. Voodoo Daddies.
Big Bad Voodoo Daddy.
Big Bad Voodoo, yep.
I saw Daddy kissing Santa Claus.
And there was an article in the newspaper. San Francisco's very political all the time. People are always busting your chops about their politics, and there's always marches and naked bike rides, and it's exhausting. Beautiful city, too expensive, and too many opinions. Verbalized.
Not just held.
No, I don't mind if you hold them. Just shut up.
Sure.
So there was an article about how it wasn't in San Francisco, it was another United States city that the city council had paid to stock not a reservoir, but a pond or lake in the city with trout that anyone could go fishing, catch, take home and eat. But then they found out that those trout were genetically modified with human growth hormone, HGH, what Sylvester Stallone takes.
How did I know that you were going to introduce Sylvester Stallone into the conversation?
You know me better than I know myself because I didn't see it coming.
And when you said HGH, I was like Sylvester Stallone.
You knew. He's so veiny.
So veiny.
That's what that stuff does, I think.
It makes you veiny.
I think so.
Oh, imagine those veiny trout.
Well, isn't that disgusting?
It's very disgusting.
But people were fishing. Probably not the 1%ers in town. Who's going fishing in a public park and taking fish home and eating it? I mean,
The homeless people?
Well, all of them. And then maybe a bunch of poor people, too, feeding their kids, probably single parents. And then they found out that those...
I'm sorry. How many trout did they put in this lake?
Thousands, tens of thousands. I don't know how big the lake was, and I don't remember. This may have been the time I stopped reading newspapers.
Sure.
Because I just didn't want to know anymore. And I'd rather call myself a conspiracy theorist than have to read. So, those fish were part human. And people took them home and ate them. And that to me is disturbing. There's nothing wrong with a natural fish.
Girl, preach. This is what I've always been saying. I wish fish were not holding themselves up to human standards. Be yourself. Have you ever knowingly eaten in a Sylvester Stallone style HGH piece of food?
I imagine that we do it all the time. I'd be willing to bet you anything you get from a fast food restaurant has been genetically modified.
And you feel that it is it's a form of cannibalism.
Well, I don't have that big a problem with it. If you really have to cannibalize, like the Donner Party, and if you or those guys in the Andes, the soccer team, if you really have to do it, you have to do it.
I didn't think you were judging them.
No, I'm saying my problem is not necessarily with cannibalism, although that's clearly not great.
You're saying
I'm saying food shouldn't be modified to the degree that it is, and it's allowed to be here in the United States. Now, what I also do not know, though, is would that put all those farmers out of work? I don't know. See, I need to be aware of the consequences of my. Am I ratifying something, or it's a bill? What is it?
It's an amendment to the Constitution.
An amendment.
That's absolutely going to pass.
I mean...
Here's the thing. You are saying cannibalism under normal circumstances, of course.
No, under normal circumstances, don't be a cannibal. Under extraordinary
I'm
circumstances
I'm sorry. I misspoke.
in the wilderness after a plane crash.
Of course, I misspoke.
Sure.
I meant under normal cannibal circumstances.
I don't know what normal cannibal circumstances are.
A plane crash in the Andes.
Oh, then yes, you are allowed.
Donner Party, I'm not 100% about this, but I think the Donner Party is infamous because they did not have to resort to cannibalism, but they did.
Who resorts to cannibalism if you don't have to?
Panicky people, Paget.
What, do they have something else they could eat?
They could probably hold out a little bit longer. I think that the thing about the Donner Party was they were just lost for an hour.
I know that that's not true.
And one guy was really panicky and really persuasive, and he's like, I think we know what we have to do now.
Tom's going to be beef jerky.
That's right. So you know a little bit about it. You know the first names.
Some of them.
Would you ever taste human flesh?
If I had to.
If you had to.
If it was in a snowy climb.
Right.
And I had gone, I'm going to say a week.
If it's snowy, what if it's just hot?
If it's hot, you got to eat them right away because they'll rot.
I see. I'm sorry. You were laying out a preparation guide as opposed to.
If you're going to be if you have to, if there's been the earth has been destroyed, I know that, and we're in Fiji and there's one person and they're dead next to me. And I would just want to die, I think.
Sure.
I would just want to die. I'm just saying if it's warm, you can't wait a week. You're going to eat them right then.
I think it happens in cold places because there's very little to eat.
It's basically refrigeration. No. These bodies were in the snow in the Andes. That's why people decided to eat them. They had been starving for a week and a half, and then they finally were like, ugh,
right.
You got to eat it.
No. But I'm saying that if you're in Fiji, there's probably things that you could eat before you had to eat a person.
That's a good point. So I shouldn't ravage that corpse.
I would say don't be so quick.
You're right. Coconuts, berries, turtle.
But do you know which berries are safe to eat?
You know, if the post-apocalyptic and I'm in Fiji and there's one other person and they're dead, I would just eat berries until I died because I wouldn't want to live through it.
I've had nights like that.
Do you think you could eat a lot of sand? Wait, what? Could you
eat a lot of sand
and kill yourself? You could, if I had a belt, I could hang myself.
Sure. Oh, okay. This is getting into.
But drowning, I think it's very hard to drown yourself. I think that's asking a lot.
Oh, I think it's very easy.
How?
I think you just swim out till you can't swim no more.
No.
You never make it back.
No, you would.
Why do you?
Because that takes so long. That's not hold up a gun and shoot yourself in the head. It takes so long to die that way. If you swim, you keep swimming out. Now you have all this time to think about, do I really want to do this? And your survival ism
What
hops in.
about your survivalism hops in? What about if you put a bunch of rocks in your pockets and you jump off a cliff? Cliff dive.
Yeah, that's good. That's more effective than swimming out for a long time and then just, I'm not going to make it, glug, glug.
Some people do it.
You're panicking. You're freaking out. The longer amount of time between I'm going to kill myself and the actually doing it, that's where you change your mind.
I almost think we've talked about suicide enough.
You're right.
Let's change it up.
Okay.
Are there other chemicals? Are there other food issues that you have? Because you like to cook a lot.
Yeah.
Are there certain things that you will not eat? Is there a food that turns your stomach?
I don't like zucchini, eggplant, squash.
Mm-hmm. Anything from that family?
Yeah, I've discovered okra is slimy.
Okra's gross.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, okra I always think is like a leafy green thing.
No.
And then when it's presented to me, I'm like, oh, right.
Disgusting.
Yeah. I don't like that family either, but I can make myself eat that stuff.
Why would you have to make yourself eat that stuff?
If it's presented to me.
Oh.
If I'm not, because I don't cook for myself.
But do you don't hide it on the plate, or you're just like, I'm going to be a good guest and I'm going to eat it?
Yeah. I'm a middle-aged man. Although I once had, I stayed over a friend's house when I was a little kid, grade school friend, and my friend had this mean stepdad who I don't like baked beans, and I still don't. I think they're gross.
Oh.
Yeah. I can eat, I'm not a big fan of the bean in general. I don't even like jelly beans that much. But I can eat a chili and really enjoy it. But I don't like baked beans.
Okay.
Ugh, I never like them. And so I didn't eat them. And this guy made me sit at the table at a house that was not mine. Like I had to sit there until I ate all the
Like he was punishing
beans.
you as though you were his kid. Like you're going to sit there. You're not going to leave this table until you finish that, like Joan Crawford did.
Exactly. What does he care? Right?
Wow.
I'm only there for the night. Then had a sleepover, same friend at his actual biological father's house. And there was some like weird vegetable medley stew thing that I was choking down. And like the guy could tell that I wasn't enjoying it. He was like, if you don't enjoy that, you don't have to eat it. And I almost burst into tears. I was so happy. Because I thought like, well, this is just adults tell you what to do and there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, wow. I feel so bad for this friend of yours.
He did okay.
What was his name?
His name was Eric. Oh. Eric, if you're out there, hello. His mom was lovely. Her name was Sybil.
Oh.
She was a delightful woman. She was like a young mom. She got divorced. She was like, I need to be, I don't know what to do. I'm going to marry this jerk. Mm-hmm. And then she was like, guess what? This guy's a jerk.
Did she divorce him?
I finally got there, guys. This guy's a jerk. She divorced him.
The second guy.
And then the last I heard, she was with this guy, Rob, who was very nice. And I hope that they made it. But he was a very sweet guy.
Do you know where Eric is?
No, I don't. I don't even know if he's back in the Philadelphia area. He may have moved on to other places.
I see.
Who can say where people go?
If you're not, following up with them.
Did you?
Not you.
Not me. Did you ever have a mean parent of a friend? Did that ever happen to you?
I had a creepy. Not funny. You know what I mean.
Yes.
The mother.
I think I do.
It was honestly, I don't remember her name. A girl that I was in school with. And we must have been in 3rd or 4th grade. How old are you at that age? I don't know how old you are.
I don't know. I can never figure that out.
And I stayed with her on a weekend, and her mom. 8. I'm
going to say 8.
8? Okay. Her mother now is a news anchor at like the CBS station in Portland, Maine.
Wow.
So she's fine. She got out of this creepy little neighboring town in Massachusetts where she lived with her daughter and her boyfriend. It wasn't even her husband. She wasn't married to him. The boyfriend. And he came down in the morning and was walking around in boxer shorts.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
horrible.
Like in front of his girlfriend's kid and her friend. And we were, is that 8 years old?
But she was not around. The mom
was
not around.
The mom was sleeping.
Oh, horrible.
And this boyfriend's walking around,
Oof.
but with the the kind that has a fly that's open.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone in the room just figured out what was going on.
Yeah. That was, yeah. Yeah.
What a horrible.
That's pretty gross.
Horrible thing to be laughing during. Well.
But nobody was molested that day.
Right.
So, I mean, nothing. Well, I can't speak for what happened with his life or hers. Nothing illegal? Well, maybe. What is it? Flashing?
I think it's kind of illegal, yeah.
Is it flashing?
Yeah. I think in a court of law, a case could be made.
Exposure,
yeah.
Yes.
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
No, I don't think so. No, nobody's kids.
Not even.
Although my dad did have a pair of shorts
kids.
When I was young. My dad, I'm sure he still has these shorts. He had, and I'm sure they were his dad's shorts. Something made in Bermuda, bespoke bathing suit shorts.
What can you do? Family shorts
with like a tiki pad. I can't remember what, but nice looking shorts, bark cloth maybe, but too short. And so his balls would hang out the bottom.
Oh, dear.
But he wasn't trying to be gross.
No.
My brother and I would be like, Dad, your balls! Trying to get him to tuck his balls back.
What would his reaction
shorts.
be?
He'd be like, it's fine. They're natural.
What?
He
No.
would tuck it, but he didn't want to be... I think he's funny. I think it's funny. I mean...
He didn't want to give you guys a sense that that the human body was
disgusting.
As disgusting as it actually is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They were kind of not hippies, but they were very progressive, young New England parents.
Do you remember going through that period where you try to convince yourself that the human body is beautiful and then you get old enough where you're like, no, that's gross.
Yeah.
It's all gross.
Yeah.
We're all gross.
Yeah. But it's also, I feel like there needs to be... I like the idea of some shame.
Yeah.
Like there should be some shame about your body or sex or masturbation. Like keep a little bit of shame. Otherwise, you're just a sloppy free-for-all and everything's okay.
Here's what I think it is. There should be some privacy.
Well, maybe
so
that's
not
right.
Everything
not shame, privacy.
Yeah, not everything is discussed all the time. You can discuss things up to a certain point, but then it's like sometimes people say things and you're like, well, that did not need to leave your mouth. No one needs to know about that. That's just you just had a thought and you expressed it, but you didn't need to.
Like my dad's balls?
Like your dad's balls. They didn't need to be out there.
I'm sorry. I thought, no, I mean, are you upset that I brought that up?
No more upset than anyone else is. Paget Brewster, what a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. We are going to take a break, and when we return, we will have secured a location for our improv from you. Paget, this will be available July 20th. Is there anything that you would like to promote? You have a TV show coming up.
I do have a TV show coming up called...
Is it debuting in the fall?
It is debuting in... there's 2 TV shows coming up. I'm awesome. June... Do you know when it is?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the other one.
July... another period on Comedy Central. I believe it's coming in June. And then this fall...
So time travelers, take note.
Yes, it's like the Kardashians meets Downton Abbey, filthy show.
Ricky Lindholm and Natasha
Leggero created it.
That's right.
That's a fun show. It's coming up in June or July. Talk to your cable provider.
Hey, if it's hot out right now, turn on the TV and maybe the show is on.
Yay!
And also
in the fall, a Fox show coming Tuesday nights.
Now, you are hosting a show on Fox News. Is that what I'm gathering?
No. I will be on a comedy called Grandfathered, starring the delightful John Stamos. This fall on Fox. Oh, something just happened in the room.
There was, I forgot that there was someone in this room who is very enamored of Mr. Stamos. We'll get into it. Paget, you are Paget on Twitter.
Yes.
The end. You don't do any other social media.
No.
That is it for you. And that's all you need, really. Just have one, guys. Just do one. All right, that's it. We will be back. We will meet our improvisers. We will find out our location. All that and 2 more things when Spontaneanation returns. Take it away, Ad.
Hello, friends. Charles Dumpster here from MeUndies.com. As the inventor of the dumpster line of waste receptacles, I'm the original dumpster diver. I used to find everything I needed in there, including underwear. But then the math was done for me. Turns out you spend 90% of your life in your underwear. Why spend it in underwear someone else has thrown out? Why not spend that time in great-fitting underwear that is 2 times softer than cotton? MeUndies is the most comfortable underwear you will ever wear, even if your regular brand isn't whatever someone tossed into a gigantic trash can. MeUndies fit perfectly. They don't ride up on you, and they literally pull moisture away from your skin so you stay cool. Can dumpster-rescued underwear say that? I'll tell you right now, it can't. MeUndies is also environmentally friendly. The materials they use are sustainably sourced from the Austrian Alps, and they are completely natural. They also use a CO2-neutral process with a low-carbon footprint. They save water and energy due to their spun-dyed fiber process. And MeUndies just launched their All of Me Women's Collection, a 4-piece line of underwear designed specifically for the female body. Check out the photos yourself at MeUndies.com. That sort of seems like I'm directing you to pictures of women in their underwear, doesn't it? Quality like this would typically retail for 2 times the MeUndies price. No retail middlemen means more savings for you. Go to MeUndies.com/PFT and get 20% off your first order and free shipping. Save even more when you buy a pack of them. They guarantee you're gonna be happy with them or your first pair is free. MeUndies. Finally, underwear you won't throw in a dumpster.
Hey gang, Dracula here. Did you know that the clothing industry is the second most polluting industry in the world and one of the largest employers of slave and child labor? I'm sorry to bum you out, but you've got to know it's true. That's why I'm glad there's Zadie. From field to garment, Zadie is re-envisioning the future of fashion. They're setting the new standard in clothing with considered design, respected creators, and thoughtful production. They are not sucking the life out of people, which I personally am against. The Zadie Essentials collection is a women's line that is made according to the highest standards with a fully transparent supply chain made entirely in the USA. If only we had such a company in Transylvania. All our women's clothing is Heco in Mexico, pardon my French. Unlike other companies that focus on transparency and price, Zadie takes responsibility for their entire chain of production, from farm to closet, ensuring that environmental and labor standards are never compromised and always transparent. Transparent, like a mirror with no reflection. Does that one work? I'm not going to beat myself up over it. Zadie's latest addition to the Essentials collection is .02, the t-shirt, made with considered details like a perfect neckline, flattering drape, strong seams, and classic colors. .02, the t-shirt is grown, harvested, ginned, and baled in Texas with 100% USDA organic cotton. Oh, I like the sound of that neckline for personal reasons I shall not go into. The shirt is then spun, knit, cut, sewn, and dyed in North Carolina, the home of Super Chunk. From material sourcing on the farm to manufacturing, Zadie is dedicated to people, process, and the planet. The 3 Ps. Visit zadie.com/PFT and use the promo code PFT to get $25 off your first order of $100 or more. Until next time, this is Dracula saying, be a smart lady. Get your clothes from Zadie.
Ad, you've done it again. Welcome back, everyone. The show's still happening, despite your mute protestations. We are now going to introduce our pals, our improviser pals, returning to the show for a personal record of sometimes.
I'm achieving my personal record today.
That's right.
I think we all are.
I think so too. I think so. Everyone in this room is achieving a personal record today. This gentleman, you may recognize from Community, from Drunk History, from a million billion things, and he is my colleague from the Thrilling Adventure Hour. Please say hello once again to Craig Cackowski.
I feel I should tell you, Paul, that I am part of a minority group that you slandered during the opening monologue.
Oh no, are you a duck?
I do have webbed toes.
No, do you really?
I do have, the second and third toe on each of my feet are webbed together.
Wow.
So I'm not completely webbed. So by math, I would be 1/4 as funny as Dan Aykroyd is.
Second and third. That's so it's like right in the middle.
Yeah. Well, there's the big toe. Mm-hmm. There's the second toe.
Sure, you got it.
And the third toe.
Why didn't we assign them names like we did with the fingers?
There's a pinky toe.
There is a pinky toe.
And a big toe.
That's
There's
true.
not an index toe.
A ring toe?
Or a ring toe. Though some people put rings on their toes.
That's true.
And that's gross.
Hippie, dippy people.
Yeah.
You think that's gross, but you think your webbed toes are fine to be walking around the earth with.
I can be judgy about some foot stuff and righteous about other foot stuff.
I think you've earned it. Well, thank you, and please keep your shoes on.
All right.
Also returning to Spontaneanation, what do I say about this one? She's a delight to me. I'm a huge, gigantic fan. You've seen her on Fresh Off the Boat. You've seen her on Ghost Girls. You've seen her on stuff other than that as well. One time, this Fantastic Sam's commercial came on. I was like, oh, that's my friend.
Oh, God.
Please, welcome back to Spontaneanation, Amanda Lund.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Amanda, thank you for returning.
That Fantastic Sam's commercial I did maybe 9 years ago, and they paid me like $1,000, and they've been playing it nonstop, and I don't get any money.
What? Why
It
not?
was not non-union.
Oh.
I got free highlights.
Which you still have to this day.
I still have.
You showed them. You willed your hair not to grow.
Yeah.
So the highlights would remain. That's so typical of Fantastic Sam's, right?
I know.
That it's like they're a cut rate operation. No pun intended, and I hope no pun taken, audience. But they do everything on the cheap.
I know.
They hire people fresh out of barber school or whatever, or not even graduated yet. You tell them what you want, and then they do it wrong. Are you okay with me slandering Fantastic Sounds?
No, it's fine.
They'll never be a sponsor.
No, forget them.
Not if consider them forgotten. Now, guess what, Amanda?
Huh.
We have someone in this room who's making their debut on this show. Mm-hmm. And you know this person pretty well.
Yeah, I do.
She is not only a Drunk History cast member, not only a Ghost Girls cast member, she is also, with you, Amanda, a basketball player.
Right.
On the Pistol Shrimps basketball team, right here in Los Angeles. Please say hello to the talented and athletic Maria Blasucci.
Wow, I never thought I'd hear the day. Athletic.
That's right.
That's
I mean,
nice.
you play a team sport on a weekly basis.
Yes.
I think that counts.
Maybe, but maybe you should come watch a game. See what happens on the court.
I am.
There's a lot of bowling over.
A lot of what? Bowling over?
Isn't that what you call it? Or is it doubling over? Bowling over?
Are you bowled over by someone
bowling,
else?
I'm bowled over by the athleticism of the other girls.
But then you double over in your own pain from being out of breath.
Yeah.
You have food poisoning?
Always.
That is a terrible condition. You always have food poisoning.
I'm always sick.
Oh, no. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
I can't keep anything down.
Well, at least you're trim.
Oh, that's sweet of you to say.
The Pistol Shrimps, you were instrumental in getting the league going again.
Yeah, there was no women's. One day I woke up and I said, I want to play team sports because there's nothing else to do.
Was this like still in bed looking at the ceiling?
No, I know, you'd think. But I actually got out that day and I said, you know what, I'm going to try getting out of bed. And I did. And I...
Despite your constant pain. Your abdomen seizing up as it always does.
Yeah. I felt like I wanted to play some team sports. I went to an all-girls high school, so the only team sports I knew were all-girls sports. Mm-hmm. So I went to go sign up for a women's basketball team, and there were none in LA. So I had to start a little campaign to get one going.
But was basketball one of the sports you played at the all-girls school?
Yeah, I played in grade school, and then I played my freshman year of high school.
What were the other sports? Did you do other sports in high school?
Not in high school, but in grade school I was a volleyball player, and I played basketball, and I was not good at any of these things.
Sure.
Like, I was the worst. I also did ballet, but I was always the worst in the class.
Do you think because of the food poisoning issue?
Yeah, I mean, I was constantly very weak. Constantly didn't have enough nutrients in my system.
Well, but look at you now. You've overcome great obstacles.
Yeah, it feels good. I feel great.
Well, Maria, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Let me explain to you what the fuck is going to happen.
Okay.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use Paget's location. We're going to tell this story. And the story will involve many different characters. It'll involve many different times. Things will be happening in the past, in the future, in the present. Those are the three. Now, how do we get to those times? How do you, the audience, know when we're going backwards, forwards in time, when something's happening at the same time? Please stop. Let's say we're in the middle of our story and something is happening at the exact same time. You will hear this sound effect. That means cut to. Let's say someone's having a memory and they're going to tell the story of a thing that happened in the past. You will hear this flashback sound. Guys, it don't get much flashbackier than that. Let's say we need to return to the present day or to go into the future. You will hear this sound effect. As long as the task manager doesn't come up on the tablet and get in my way, which is what just happened. Spontaneanation, you guys. All right, you know the sound effects. And now it's time to tell our story. We begin with our location, submitted by Paget Brewster, and it is short, sweet, right to the point, science fair. Not a science fair, or a science fair in a specific place, just science fair. Duck make lousy house pet. We take you now to science fair.
Well, you put a lot of hard work into this, honey, and I'm very proud of everything you've done.
Thank you, Father. I'm pleased with the result.
Hopefully the judges will be as well. I mean, science is hard to please.
I know. I put every waking hour into this volcano. I just hope to God that it erupts on cue, as planned.
Well, we've got the baking soda all primed.
Yeah.
And it's an exact geographic representation of that famous volcano.
Right from Hawaii,
Yes. Mauna Loa.
the Mauna Loa.
I had to look it up, sorry.
No,
I know I haven't always been there for you, honey.
No, I appreciate your help. You know, in fact, today was the first day I didn't miss Mom.
Good.
Well, look who's here. The little scientists and whoever I call my husband.
Hello, Dolores.
Yeah, what's going on?
You know, you didn't have to be here.
No, I know I didn't have to be here. I wanted to see what all that fuss was about.
What happened, Mom? Did the bar close? Sorry.
Oh, she's calling me Mom now. But only when she says a mean thing.
Did the bar close?
Yeah, it did. They kicked me out, if you must know the truth, because of my constant vomiting.
Mom, you're leaning on my volcano. Be careful.
What? Ugh. I can't tell which one in this house is a leaning volcano and what isn't.
She put a lot of work into that volcano, Dolores. It's an exact representation of...
The Mauna Loa.
You want to try that again?
The Maha Luna.
Even farther away.
I'm looking it up. Mauna Loa.
Mauna Loa.
Like the nuts, which I must be to have married into this family.
Hold on a second.
It's not appropriate to vomit at science fair.
Where's my pail?
You didn't bring your pail this time?
She forgot her pail.
Oh, here it comes. I'm gonna erupt like
Oh,
Mina
no.
Luau.
Oh, not all over my volcano.
Well, I'm sorry. It was the only receptacle in the room.
Oh my God, Meredith. What happened to your volcano?
Hi, Mrs. White.
I don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed.
Oh, Mrs. White, no, you're my favorite teacher.
I thought you were going to win, Meredith. And now it's covered in... hello, I'm Mrs. White.
I'm Meredith Stad.
Oh.
Mr. Harbor.
Hi, Mr. Harper. I'm sorry. I thought you were maybe Meredith's brother.
Oh, well, it's just because of these short shorts I'm wearing. I look youthful.
Dad, your balls. Your balls.
Oh, sorry. These were my father's shorts and his father's shorts before him.
Oh, very good.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, what am I, invisible? I'm a vomiting lady over here.
This is my estranged wife, Dolores.
That's right.
Hello, Dolores. I must say that now that there is vomit all over Meredith's volcano, I'm afraid we're going to have to disqualify her.
Mrs. White, please, isn't there anything that we can do? As you see, I come from a broken family, and this would mean a lot.
Also, when did this rule get established that if something has vomit on it, you gotta disqualify a person?
I just think that if something has vomit on it, that it should just be disqualified.
Damn it, Miss White.
I'm speaking my mind, Janet.
But what if it's a study on vomit?
Oh, good point. Like if a kid has made a mold of vomit and then someone vomits upon it because they see it and it's gross.
Obviously, there are loopholes.
Vomit is contagious.
It's true. Watch.
Well, this table's got to be disqualified. Well, see?
You've made your case. Look, I'll let you sort it out. I'm not cut out to be a mom.
How about this? My husband, he
Mr. White?
That's right, you know him?
Just by reputation.
Well, he goes away on business a lot, and sometimes I get lonely, and maybe, Meredith, you and your handsome... It's hard for me to say father since you look so young. Maybe you could stop by and keep me company one night.
Oh, that seems
really?
appropriate. All right, I'm leaving.
Bye, Mom.
If you do that, then yes, I guess we can keep your volcano as a qualified entry.
So all we have to do is go to your house, Mrs. White, keep you company for one night only?
One night. Yes, one night.
Oh my God. Joseph, did you hear what I just heard?
What did you hear,
I heard,
Jared?
I heard like a really improper thing going on where I think, what's her name's maybe win the science fair because she's getting the teacher to stay at her house.
Wait, are you talking about Meredith Harbor?
Yeah, Meredith Harbor. She's got that hunky dad.
Her dad is totally hot.
He's
and
a
I
really-
say that as a straight 8-year-old boy.
Well, I'm still figuring things out, but I do think he's very handsome.
Okay, I know that I'm definitely straight.
You do? Have you
do.
always known it?
I've just always known it from right out of the womb.
I have questions.
Well, you know, our generation's been eating a lot of genetically modified food.
A lot of what?
A lot of genetically modified
Oh,
food.
boy, that was a close one. For a second, I was like, are you sure you're straight? Anyway, listen. We can use this to our advantage if we bring it up to the school board that there's an impropriety going on and that our science fair project will win.
Science fair scandal.
So throw back a bottle of beer. Remember that song? By the Big
Sure,
Cats?
you're more familiar with the 90s swing revival than I am.
I wish it had crossed over into science and then they would sing songs about science.
Well, you know that's part of our presentation today. I
Yeah, I
play
know.
the horn and you sing songs about science.
That's right. And that's it. We didn't build a model of anything. We didn't chart out the stars. It's just you playing the horn, just generic horn.
Just a generic horn.
No one will be able to know what
I'll
it
be
is.
lucky to get 3 notes out of it tops.
Speaking of which, don't play taps.
What?
The most famous 3-note song there is.
Oh no, I was going to open with taps.
Oh, why? It's mournful dirge.
I guess open with revelry, and close with taps.
Good idea. Okay, now, hush. We must away and see what unfolds.
You know what? Dana, I just think I don't want to be your partner anymore.
Excuse me?
We worked all night on this. I got it, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to take my half of the project and go to the other end of the auditorium.
I'm locking the door.
To what? What door?
We're in the closet, bitch.
Oh my God. Did you hear that coming from the closet?
I did hear that coming from the closet, Jared.
I think this bodes well for our science project, Joseph, because now Dana and her friend, whose name escapes me, they're falling apart.
By process of elimination, we're sure to win science fair.
I think science fair will be ours. And now I wonder what's happening with Meredith, her very handsome dad, and that teacher.
Stop tickling us, Dad! Dad, you're tickling us!
Tickling is contagious as well.
Let's all show each other our feet. Let's all
Well, you know what would be fun? Being tickled.
Oh, that's how we got to here.
Well,
Oh, I didn't think you were going to bring a whole party home.
it's nice to see you again, Mrs. Harbor.
Yeah, whatever, Mrs. White. What are you doing in my house?
Well, it was raining outside, and I thought, well, why not come in for a nice cup of tea before I continue off? You took the car, so I had to drive your husband and daughter home.
Who brings the sleeping bag to have a cup of tea?
You don't know me very well, do you, Dolores?
Oh, but I will get to know you over the course of this evening.
Well, I hope so.
That is a very nice sleeping bag you have, Mrs. White.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Harbor. I don't know what to say. I've never been complimented so much in my life.
These are all images of fish on there.
So many fish. I do love fish. Meredith can tell you in class.
She brings in live goldfish and we get to observe them.
Why do the fish in that pattern have so many veins?
Well, sometimes I like to take a drawing of a fish or an image of a fish and put some more veins on it. It makes me think that maybe their heart is bigger, more blood flowing.
So you added these veins to these fish?
I'm afraid to say yes, I have, and...
Wow, that's incredible.
It is, maybe, but it's also embarrassing. I can't.
What else do you put veins on?
Birds, trees, tortoises, my own hands and feet, legs.
Those veins on your body aren't real?
No, Meredith, they're not.
Wow.
They're drawn on. I can show you how if you like.
Well, I need to step out for a second to feed the duck. We've been gone all day and he's going to be hungry.
I need to go upstairs and drink and throw up. Good night, Banksy.
Well, why? My goodness.
Mrs. White, you're like Mary Poppins.
Oh, Meredith.
I wish you were my mom. Let's run away together.
Meredith, you mustn't wish such. Oh, Meredith, you mustn't. Sorry.
You know this is real life,
no,
right?
I know. I'm just doing. Sometimes I was on a reality show once.
You were? What kind?
All right, science teachers. Who's going to be the hottest science teacher in this mansion?
Well, my name is Mrs. White, and I have 4 Sorry, let me take it again?
It's live.
Okay, just one more time.
This is a live reality show.
Hi, my name's Mrs. White, and I'm going to take it one more time.
Mrs. White, I'm going to stop you there. We've seen a lot of science teachers come and go in this competition, and we were really rooting for you, but your constant stopping and resetting is really hurting your chances of being named the hottest science teacher.
Let me just,
You're doing it now.
Take 4. Here we go, and action.
Look, Tim Gunn already told you you're off the show.
Pack up your lab coat and get out.
Wow, what an experience.
It was fun, to say the least. Anyway, I'm trying not to do takes anymore, so I apologize for messing up my words and doing a take.
That's okay, Mrs. White. You're still cool to me.
Anyway, you mustn't wish for such things. You have a mother and a father who love you.
I hate my mom. I like my dad, okay, but my mom is disgusting.
You know, my mother would just...
Are you okay, Mrs. White?
Just let me do one more take, please.
I'll get it. Hello?
Oh, hello. I'm so sorry to barge in on a stranger's home, but it's raining outside. I wonder if I might have a cup of Mrs. White.
Hello,
Tim Gunn.
Whoa, did you forget my name? Did you want to reset?
Yes.
Well, the duck's dead. Oh, Tim Gunn.
Oh, hello. Ooh, look at you.
Oh, I've changed into my evening shorts.
Oh, yes. Were those a family heirloom?
Yes, they were. They've been in the family for many years.
Yes, well...
They're merely tatters by now.
Yes. Speaking of family heirlooms, I can see yours.
Oh,
Dad, your balls. Your balls, Dad.
So
your
sorry.
Balls.
Perhaps I put it too delicately.
You know, I know we all get embarrassed over things like balls, but it's just the human body. And as a science teacher, I think those things are beautiful.
You think my dad's balls are beautiful?
Yes, Meredith, I do.
I wish my mom did.
I'm so embarrassed that Tim Gunn is in my house and my balls are out.
Well, if I may, they really are beautiful balls. I mean, the human body is beautiful. The balls are the most beautiful part of the human body.
It's been scientifically proven.
It's been proven. I read it in one of the magazines I get. Listen, you're a science teacher, Mrs. White.
I am, yes.
You're a child who presumably has a science project due.
Yeah, well, I do.
And you've got those beautiful balls. Is there a way to combine these three things and enter your balls into science fair?
Well, the second part of the science fair, just science fair, is tomorrow.
I know. What if you taught me how to draw veins? And
Please finish your sentence, Meredith. I can't wait.
no, I better go slide.
No. Tell me what you were about to say.
Well, what if I did a diagram of my dad's balls?
We're gonna have to pull an all-nighter, but I think we can do it.
Oh, wow. This is taking a turn that I did not expect or want to happen. What will be the result at Science Fair? We'll find out when Spontaneanation returns. Hey, Dolores. Oh, what's on your mind, Mitch? The weather, something in the news, the fact that your brother Rich booked us on a cheap sightseeing ferry and somehow managed to get us swallowed by a whale. Did you know Spontaneanation Live is happening Saturday, August 1st at Largo at the Coronet in Los Angeles? Oh, I hear those live shows are a lot of fun. Well, all I hear is the sound of krill rushing through baleen. They are fun, Rich. This time, Paul has special guest Thomas Lennon with improvisers Sarah Burns, Craig Cackowski, and another to be named later. Is it true they do some stuff just for the live audience that doesn't end up on the podcast? It's true. Last time, Paul sang a Smiths song with Scott Ackerman. I hate myself for asking, but why live exclusives? Because Paul needs to sell tickets. That's fair. Mitch, what will he do with Tom Lennon? You'll have to go to the show to find out. Will the theater let us bring the whale? Maybe if we say it's a service animal. Paul also does a meet and greet after the show. He'll have free stickers for you, and he'll have Spontaneanation posters for sale. Sounds like fun. Yes, for people who aren't stuck in a biblical nightmare. Mitch, where can I get tickets? Yes, I've got my Discover card handy. Where's the ticket kiosk in this whale? Go to paulftompkins.com/live for tickets. But hurry, this show will sell out. I'm not getting bars in here. Too bad, Rich. If only we'd been swallowed by a bigger mammal. Hi, Spontaneanation listeners. It's me, your old pal, heroic airline pilot, Captain Chesley Sully Sullenberger. Have you heard about Trunk Club? Trunk Club is the most effortless way to refresh your wardrobe this summer. Whether I'm out on the town on a night off from flying or waging my endless war against geese, Trunk Club makes it easy to look great on the go. Between flying all over the country and, in my off hours, patrolling parks for flocks of geese plotting in kamikaze runs on human airplanes, the last thing I want to do is set foot in a mall. Trunk Club gets it, and that's why they've taken the hassle out of shopping by shipping you a trunk of clothes that fit perfectly and make you look like $1,000,000. Would geese do that for you? No. They've got other plans. Plans I have pledged to thwart with every bit of cunning gadgetry I have at my disposal. At trunkclub.com/PFT, you answer simple questions about your style, preferences, and size, and are then assigned an expert stylist who handpicks clothes curated from the best premium brands that are perfect for you. Just as the Sully Rang is perfect for knocking out up to 3 shifty geese in a row before flying back to the hand that threw it. My hand. With Trunk Club, you select what you like, and just like that, a trunk full of hand-picked clothes arrives at your door. You only pay for the clothes you keep, just as geese will pay for the planes they've attacked. Only you pay for the clothes with money. It's a standard transaction. With Trunk Club, there's no ongoing subscription, no hidden charges, just great clothes. And right now, their service is completely free. Get started at trunkclub.com/PFT. That's trunkclub.com/PFT. Start summer off right with Trunk Club. One more time, that's trunkclub.com/PFT. This is Chesley Sully Sullenberger saying, remember, geese, I am vengeance.
Welcome to Science Fair. I'm your guest commentator, Tim Gunn. And with me, as always, is Heidi Klum.
Hello, Tim. So excited to be here.
Is this your first time at Science Fair, Heidi?
No, I've done many science fairs before back in Deutschland. And also at the home of my husband, Seal.
You would have science fairs right there at home.
Sometimes we would, because his face is so interesting.
Sometimes I think of his face as a full moon.
Well, you're never going to go survive unless you get a little crazy.
That seems like a reference to a Seal song, is that correct?
Well, Kiss from a Rose is another one.
Is that from the Batman film?
That's from the best one, Batman and Robin.
Well, I haven't seen a Batman since Adam West. He's my favorite and always will be.
You always say that and you're wrong.
I loved the height of his trunks.
George Clooney and the crotch.
Val Kilmer?
George Clooney and the crotch that he named Val Kilmer.
How many actors have named their crotches, do you think?
I don't know. Most of them that I've met.
And they've named them after other actors?
Yes. They've got to aspire to something. Is this going out live, by the way? Can
this is going out live.
Okay.
But you can reset. A precedent has been set. You know what's funny? Remember when we did that Hottest Science Teacher show? People really liked Mrs. White's resetting, even though she didn't win the competition. It became a staple of the show.
Yes, it went viral.
It did indeed, Heidi. Well, let's meet our contestants. Here's two little boys named Joseph and Jared. What have you guys got cooked up for us at Science Fair?
Thanks, Tim Gunn and Heidi Klum. I'm going to play Reveille.
You can't say it. You got to be able to say it.
I'm going to play Reveille on the horn while Jared, I'm Joseph.
And I'm Jared.
Sing some science-related songs.
I'm going to sing songs about science in the style of the 90s swing revival bands.
That's his thing.
Do you know that Bill Nye, the science guy, loves swing dancing? That's an actual fact that you can look up, and it is a true thing. If you gotta have science, you better look to your left and your right. The sun goes down in the morning and the moon comes up at night. Science!
Oh, I don't know, Heidi. That Taps is killing the mood.
It's very depressing.
It's terrible. Why was Taps even a song? They should have drummed it right out of the army with an actual drum.
I mean, that's just easy peasy George and Wheezy.
I don't know if you've made that expression better or worse, darling.
I'm just a big Jeffersons fan.
Who isn't? We're moving on up to the next contestant. It's Meredith. No last name given.
Harbor.
It's Harbor.
Meredith Harbor.
I'm sorry. Handsome dad.
I'm her dad.
Mr. Harbor.
I am involved in this in some way. And
Now, Heidi, a little behind the scenes. Meredith initially had made a volcano, which I think is a very safe choice for Science Fair.
We see that a lot.
We've seen so many volcanoes.
So many volcanoes.
So many volcanoes.
Mauna Loa.
Let's remember them all. Next. Another volcano, huh? Oh, what's this? A volcano?
Explode!
Boring.
Volcanoes.
We are in the present day now, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Now, Meredith was going to present a volcano, but it's kind of great that she didn't. A drunk lady, threw up on it. And as we all know in most schools, any science project tainted by vomit is disqualified.
Not just any drunk lady.
My mom is the drunk lady who threw up on my volcano. But I think it worked out for the best because I present to you today at the 2016 Science Fair this
You can do it, honey. I'm so proud of you.
diagram of my dad's veiny balls.
Now, this is an amazing rendering, and it's very scientific. What do you think, Heidi?
No, I like it. The veins kind of tell a story.
Yes.
And they just look like a system of rivers that they're all flowing from mountains.
Much like your ex-husband's face is sort of a map of the moon, this man's testicles sort of bring to mind this great nation's rivers.
Yes,
streams.
thank you for reminding me I'm no longer married to Seal. I had forgotten that earlier.
It's easy to forget. I mean, you guys live in a mansion, so who knows who's in there at any given moment. So this is wonderful. I think it's in real contention.
This is absolutely a top contender.
Now, the only person left, of course, is Dana and her friend.
I'm not letting you out of this
Let me
closet.
out of here, Dana. Now I need this prize, and come on.
No, Joni. You're gonna die here.
You've got to be kidding me. I have so much dirt on you, Dana. If you don't let me out of here, I'm telling the whole school about what you did.
Don't you tell the school about what I did.
Come on, just tell me what you did.
I ate a whole roll of quarters.
You'll never live that down. As soon as the whole school finds out that you ate a whole roll of quarters, you're gonna be trash. Trash.
Trash?
Joseph, did you hear that?
A whole roll of quarters.
I can't believe that Joni ate a whole roll of quarters. Do you think she ate it like a stick of butter where she's like bit into it and swallowed? Or do you think she ate the quarters one at a time?
How could you eat them one at a time?
Well, you can swallow them just one at a time. It seems like it would be easier.
That's 40 quarters.
I know where a roll of quarters is.
Because it's $10.
I know.
Because when you need to get your laundry done,
That's right.
you know, sometimes at the grocery store, my dad will hand him a 20 and ask for 2 rolls of quarters. We don't have laundry at my house.
Sometimes my dad jimmies open the Coinstar.
Shh, Dana, do you hear that?
Yeah, those two little rats talking about us.
Outside.
Ew, they don't have laundry at their apartment?
That is so disgusting.
Gross.
Listen, I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I said.
I'm sorry, too. Let's go out there and present our projects.
Joseph, we have only seconds to break the news about Joni's eating the quarters.
Jared, let's run down the hallway ahead of them.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah?
Do you think I sound like a drunk lady?
Sometimes when you're not careful.
I guess I gotta be on guard constantly that I don't sound like a drunk lady who married a handsome guy with gray balls.
Oh my gosh, Dana. They're about to tell the whole school that I ate the roll of quarters.
But I was the one who ate the roll of quarters. Ha ha ha!
No!
Hey, we can all hear each other through this wall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so who ate the roll of quarters?
Who ate the roll of quarters?
She did.
Dana
Joni.
did.
Joni
Dana.
did.
Dana!
Joni did.
As long as somebody ate a roll of quarters, it's incriminating enough.
Let's go out there and yell, somebody ate a roll of quarters! Stop the science fair!
Oh!
Stop science fair!
What's this? What's this? Everybody.
On the count of 3, ready?
1, 2, 3. Stop science
no,
fair.
hold on a second. I thought on the count of 3 we were going to do something
Okay.
on a roll of quarters.
1, 2, 3.
Stop science fair! Okay.
Jared and Joseph, what are you doing?
This is why. This-
X-ray machine. Let me present my X-ray machine.
You know, Linda, if you take that clamp off your nose, you might sound normal.
I'm just rolling in my X-ray machine for the science
Here, let me
fair.
unclamp your nose.
Oh, that's better.
Hey, Linda. Guess what? We have 2 candidates for your X-ray machine to show how it works.
Well, throw them in there. I just pressed this red button.
Wait, hold on a minute. Now, Jared and Joseph, you've disrupted this science fair, and Linda's presenting her experiment, and okay, yeah, I guess in order to show that the experiment works, we can take 2 students and put them in here and see what happens.
Well, Heidi, it's a classic fold by Mrs. White. She almost took controlling the situation as an adult supervising science fair, but then she let herself be bowled over by 2 kids.
Exactly like the Mrs. White that I knew from the Hottest Science Teacher show. Not a winner.
I know. At least she gave us that reset thing that we use to this day.
We always use it.
Well, let's see how things unfold down on the floor of science fair.
That's right. Put her in the X-ray machine because
Let
she's
go of
the
me.
one.
You're hurting
She's
me.
the one that ate the roll of quarters.
There's only one way to settle this. Put them both in front of the X-ray machine and let's see their guts.
Dolores.
Yeah, I escaped from the house.
You should not be involved in this at all.
I may be a drunk lady who throws up all the time, and I'm a terrible stepmother, but
I hate to see injustice is done.
Well.
Okay, I'm standing here. What do you guys see?
Well, I see. I'm so sorry. Can I take it again?
Here we go. It's like old times with Mrs. White.
I'm sorry. I just want to get it right. May I say something? Is there something so wrong about wanting to get your words right? Wanting to be heard correctly? Wanting people to take you seriously and not stumble over your words all the time? So what's wrong with that? Okay, so maybe I get a little lonely sometimes. Well, my husband's out of town a lot. Okay, yeah. I like drawing veins. So what? Sue me. But you know what? I've been a teacher here for over 3 years.
That's impressive. That is impressive, Mrs.
that
White.
is congratulations to you.
And I know what kids need. And kids need love and care and tenderness and beauty and...
You don't have to say anymore. I think I know where you're headed with this. And I love you too, Mrs. White.
I'm sorry,
You spent all night drawing my veiny balls. I mean, Meredith did the bulk of the work, but you added the veins.
Mr. Harbour, I'll have you know that I am a married woman.
Yeah, her name's Mrs. White, genius.
Well, where is he? We haven't seen him.
He's out of town a lot. I've told you that. You're making... if I just wish I could go back and do a real takeover.
Will you marry me and be my Mrs. White? I'll be out of town a lot for work.
Then no.
So you're not really married?
No, I mean, no.
You had a ceremony but said no at the altar.
Yes.
Everything feels so different. Well, I feel as if there's been some... I don't know, this is a weird thing to say, but a disruption in the space-time continuum?
And you should win the science fair.
Well, there you have it. Mrs. White has won the science... I'm sorry. Let me take that again. Mrs. White has won science fair.
Take it one more time.
Mrs.
Nope.
Well, I'm sorry. Let me retake that. Miss White.
Mrs. White.
No.
Oh, just Miss? Okay.
That's right.
She went back in time, I think.
That's right. After doing multiple experiments to try and take over and do over, I finally did it. I went back in time and I changed my fate.
It's an 11th hour surprise from Miss White. She's created time travel.
Meredith,
Yeah?
will you allow me to be your mother?
Yeah!
Jared, Joseph, will you allow me to be your teacher?
Sure.
You're already our teacher.
Yeah, though, that's right. Good point.
Dana, Joni, will you allow me to just be me?
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wait, what about me?
Dolores?
Is there any magic in your little sack for me?
Excuse me, I was told that this science fair needed a celebrity judge. I'm Sylvester Stallone.
Goodness! What a surprise!
Oh, who is this engaging creature?
Oh, enchanté. My name is Dolores, and guess what? I'm a huge Vane fan.
I'm Sly, and I got huge veins.
Well, I'm spry, and I would love to get up on those veins. in a sexual way in the bedroom.
Oh, no, I got it.
This
I
is
didn't know
great.
if it was
I'm
clear.
sorry to interrupt. This is a school, and I do appreciate this love that's happening, but if you could take it off the stage because the children are watching.
Fair enough. So long, Miss White. Goodbye forever, Meredith. Mr. Harbor. I can't. Sly, take me away to Hollywood.
Hey, have a great science fair, everyone.
It's just science fair.
Why is no one looking at the x-ray monitor? Don't you see? Dana ate a whole roll of quarters.
She's throwing up like crazy.
You know what that means? It means the x-ray project, which might have won, is now disqualified.
It's got vomit on it.
And she's vomiting up those quarters like a slot machine.
They're hitting the ground like bullets. It's real projectile stuff.
And Jared and Joseph, you don't need to pick up those quarters.
It's free money we need for laundry.
I gotta do a lot of laundry.
Yeah, and it's off-site, so it's kind of a pain.
Okay. Well,
Well, Miss White, congratulations on winning science fair and inventing time travel.
thank you. I couldn't have done it without the help of Meredith and Mr. Harbor.
Love you, Mom.
I love you,
And I
Miss
love
White.
Mrs. Harbor White.
Mrs. Harbor White. I like the sound of that.
Well, Heidi, another successful science fair, although some might say we've tampered in God's domain.
This was like Project Funway.
What's that mean?
Somebody wrote that for me. I don't know why I said
I don't get it, though, but it's...
Well, normally we would say Project Runway.
Yeah, the name of the show, sure.
Yeah, and we changed it to Fun.
Oh, I get it, because we had fun.
Yeah, but I didn't have fun,
And
so that's why it doesn't work.
Oh, you didn't have fun?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Well, you know what you can do for that, if I may. Sorry.
Certainly, Miss White.
Mrs. Harbor White.
We'll retake.
You can go back and change it.
Heidi, will you join me in traveling back in time and altering history as we know it?
Yes, Tim Gunn. That's all I've ever wanted to do.
Oh, do you want to get remarried to Seal?
Yes.
Okay.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Well, there you have it. Science fair ended as it always did, with the invention of time travel and Heidi Klum remarrying Seal. Guys, it's July. It's the end of July. What do you got to plug? What's going on? Maria, let's start with you.
Oh, man, there's a lot. God, I can't even...
Pick one thing.
Oh, nothing.
Are you on the new season of Drunk History?
Yeah, that comes out in September.
Okay, you could plug that.
Yeah. Just wait around a couple months and you'll see it.
Wait around. You should continue to live your lives,
I don't know.
but just make a note of it.
Yeah, make a note of it in September.
On Twitter, you are M_Blasucci.
Blasucci.
Why the underscore?
I don't know. I guess I just because I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, this is overwhelming. I don't know.
I did not mean to
Leave her
throw
alone,
all these.
Yeah, leave her alone. And if they do follow me on Twitter, they're not going to be getting anything good.
Why do you say that, Maria? Are you also on? You're on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm on
all
Instagram.
those things.
Yeah.
M_Blasucci.
Yep.
Sticking with that underscore.
Yeah.
All right. Bowled over. Amanda.
Yay!
Amanda Fun Buns on Twitter.
Please. Please.
What would you like to tell the peoples about?
Well, this comes out in July, so Maria and I will be getting back from our trip to Sweden.
That's right.
We're going
Sweden?
to Sweden.
We're going to Sweden.
Really?
In June. We're going to work on a farm for 2 weeks.
Oh wait, I remember.
No, we're only
hearing
working
about
on a
this.
farm for 5 days, and then
Yeah.
the rest of the time,
Shopping.
Look at Paget's face.
How did this come about?
It's a
Say it,
program.
talk into the mic.
How did someone offer?
Wait. The answer to how did this come about was it's a program. No further information needed.
Yeah, it's a program.
It's called WWOOFing. It's the Worldwide Organization of Organic Farming, and it's just basically all over the world. And you sign up, and you go look at different farms and bed and breakfasts and things, and you find one you like, and you can go
You
anywhere.
just take a syringe full of human blood, and shoot it into a trout.
And it's 5 days of hard labor.
Yeah, 8 hours a day. We'll be like digging weeds and feeding goats.
But that's not true. I did it in France on a vineyard, and then at a bed and breakfast in Normandy. And it was just very lovely.
This is like you littered in Singapore or something, where now you have this weird punishment.
It was very lovely. And then we're going to go explore Stockholm. Now, does anyone have any more questions?
Oh my God, no. Sorry.
Leave her alone.
These are your plugs. And Ghost Girls you can find on YouTube.
Nope.
No, not
I
anymore?
think it might be all gone.
Someone took it off. Yeah, I know.
So that's really sad. That was a web series. So we did. Our plugs are sad.
It was fun.
They are. They speak of a time that we once... Ugh.
Okay, talk to Craig.
Craig, you gotta dig us out of this hole with some plugs.
Well, if you recall, last time I was on this podcast, I psychically predicted that we'd be in front of Hobbiton.
Yes.
So when does this drop again?
This drops July 20th.
July 20th. Paul and I will be working on a whaling ship off the coast of Norway.
That's right. Because I spit on the sidewalk. In the Netherlands.
I can't predict in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have an exchange program.
They have an extradition treaty with Norway, where we will be whaling.
That was a little nod to our friend Joe Wengert, who hopefully will be on the show at some point, who did my Dead Authors podcast as Hans Christian Andersen and thought he was from Holland.
Sure.
But he is not. Yeah. Hans Christian Andersen is from Denmark. I tried to prompt him gently a couple times, and he did not get what I was saying until very late into the proceedings.
I just realized that Holland isn't a country, like a couple weeks ago.
How did that make you feel?
It scared me. Well, it scared me because I was looking on a map, and I was going, gosh, where's Holland? And I couldn't find it, and I was like, what happened to it? What is it?
The two reporters' questions. What happened to it? What is it? Craig, you are Cackowski on Twitter.
Just Cackowski.
And you're on Instagram, but you don't post that much.
C. Cackowski.
Yeah.
Is my name on Instagram. My wife
right.
posts a lot on Instagram, so I feel like
does.
she's covering for both of
I
us.
enjoy Carla's pictures. Carla Cackowski. She's on there. She's not afraid to throw out her full first name.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to be confused with her.
Does that happen a lot?
Yes. We have that married couple thing where we're looking more and more alike all the time.
Don't get any pets. Then you'll all look the same. Do you guys have pets?
We have 3 pets.
What 3 pets do you have?
We have 2 dogs and a cat. Bronco, Shirley, and Benny.
Oh.
Who's the oldest?
Shirley is 13, and she'd be lucky if she lasts the year.
Jeez.
So by the time you hear this,
my dog will probably be dead.
Rest in peace, Shirley.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this was so much fun. Thank you for being here. Eban Schletter, of course, you can find Eban Schletter on Twitter, ebanschletter.com, where you can purchase his albums, of which there are many, and you should get them because Eban Schletter is only the best. We're still waiting to find out if No You Shut Up will be picked up for a 4th season. It's kind of annoying and stressful. You can watch the entire series. You can watch all of season 3 on Hulu. You can watch it on YouTube. It's out there if you want to find it. You just got to want to find it. The next Spontaneanation Live will happen at Largo at the Cornet in West Hollywood on August 1st. August 1st. These shows are a lot of fun. If you're going to be around, please do come out and see them. Tickets are available at paulftompkins.com/live. Rate us on iTunes. Rate us on SoundCloud if that's a thing. I don't know. Anywhere you can rate things, rate us. Give us a high rating. If you want to leave us a review, here's what you say. I'll give you a word-for-word review. You say this on any platform. You say this. Spontaneanation, more like the best thing I ever heard. Thanks, Paul's podcast, for making me less of a hateful human being by virtue of listening. Write that exactly as I said it, and then I'll know that I sent you. What? You can get on the forums on Earwolf, talk about the show. You can ask each other the questions that we put out there. I don't know about that Food Amendment question. That was a long way to go. But there are simpler questions that you can debate amongst yourselves. And if you would like to donate to the show, donate to Earwolf to help keep things going, there is a donate link at the bottom of the forum page. Thank you very much to Engineer Cody for engineering us all the way to the end of the show, which this is. Thank you all for listening. Goodbye forever. Until next week. Semper in Praesenti! Again, we'd like to thank MeUndies for sponsoring today's show. Why wear underwear that rides up constantly and really aren't all that comfortable? Treat yourself to the most comfortable underwear you will ever wear. They fit perfectly, they don't ride up on you, and they literally pull moisture away from your skin so you stay cool. And now MeUndies isn't just for you guys. They've just launched their All of Me Women's Collection, a 4-piece line of undies designed specifically for the female body in all its complex, gorgeous as hell glory. Go to MeUndies.com/PFT and get 20% off your first order and free shipping. Save even more when you buy a pack of them. They guarantee you're going to be happy with them or your first pair is free. Once you feel MeUndies on your body, you're never going back.
This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich, Scott Ackerman, and Paul F. Tompkins. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.
Earwolfradio.com. The wolf dead.